Cancer, stop. Do not scroll past this. You were not meant to stumble upon this video by accident. The universe just handed you a warning wrapped in grace, and if you are a Cancer watching this right now, your spirit already knows why you clicked. Your person, yes, that person, the one you've been pretending you stopped thinking about, they are about to break the silence. A text, a call, something is coming, and it is coming soon. But here is the twist that will make your stomach drop. What they are about to say to you is not what you expect. It is not what you have been rehearsing in the shower at 2 in the morning. It is bigger than an apology. It is heavier than a hello. And you need to hear this warning before that phone lights up, because if you receive this message unprepared, you will react from the wound instead of the wisdom. So stay, breathe, and before we go deeper, tell me in the comments where you are watching from right now. Drop your city, your country, your little corner of the world. Let me see you. Let the universe see that you are here, awake, and ready. Now, let us begin. Let us talk about how you found this exact video at this exact second. You might think the YouTube algorithm just served this to you because you watch tarot readings, but we both know that is not how the universe operates. Your higher self has been pulling strings behind the scenes, manipulating the digital currents to make sure this specific frequency reached your ears before the sun sets on this day. There is a divine orchestration at play here. The cosmos does not make mistakes, and it certainly does not waste energy. You were guided to trusted tarot because your spirit team knew that a massive energetic shift was about to collide with your reality, and they needed you to be braced for the impact. Think about the sheer mathematical impossibility of you clicking on this exact thumbnail at this exact moment. Out of the millions of videos uploaded today, that is not a coincidence. That is a spiritual checkpoint. Your guides literally intercepted your scrolling thumb. They created a momentary pause in your busy, chaotic mind to deliver a message that is time-sensitive. The energy of this August is thick, heavy, and ripe with karmic returns. The veil is incredibly thin right now, and the prayers you whispered into your pillow months ago have finally finished marinating in the spiritual realm. They are ready to manifest, but they require your conscious awareness to anchor them into the physical world. But as much as your spirit is ready, your physical body has been carrying the brunt of this incoming storm. You see, before a massive manifestation drops into your lap, your biological vessel starts to glitch. It starts to react to the frequency of the future before it actually arrives. And as a Cancer, you are ruled by the moon. You feel everything in your flesh, in your fluids, in the very marrow of your bones. You have been so exhausted lately. Haven't you a deep, soul-level fatigue that sleep simply cannot cure? You have been trying to push through your days, trying to act normal, but underneath the surface, your nervous system has been on high alert, vibrating with a strange, unnameable tension. Let us look at the physical evidence that this reading is meant for you. Over the last 7 to 10 days, you have been experiencing a fluttering in your chest, a sudden tightness right over your heart chakra that makes you catch your breath. You have been waking up abruptly between 3 and 4 in the morning, your mind racing, your heart pounding, completely unable to fall back asleep. You keep checking your phone, staring at the blank screen, experiencing phantom vibrations in your pocket or on your nightstand. You have felt this bizarre restlessness in your limbs, an urge to pace, to clean, to move, because the kinetic energy of your person's shifting thoughts is literally transferring into your physical space. You have been unusually emotionally sensitive, too. A sad commercial, stranger's tone of voice, or a sudden change in the weather has been enough to bring you to tears. You have been convincing yourself that this is just anxiety. You have been telling your friends, your therapist, and yourself that you are just stressed about work, or money, or the general state of the world. You have been diagnosing your own spiritual awakening as a mental breakdown. But I need you to reframe this right now. Take a deep breath and listen to my voice. This is not anxiety. This is anticipation. Your body is not breaking down, it is tuning inches. It is acting as a biological antenna, picking up the radio waves of a massive communication that is currently traveling through the ether toward you. The tension in your jaw, the tightness in your stomach, the sudden flush of heat in your cheeks when you think of them, these are not symptoms of panic. They are the physical echoes of their approaching footsteps. And when your conscious mind finally shuts down, your subconscious takes over to deliver the confirmation. The dreams you have been having are not random misfires of a stressed brain, they are spiritual downloads. You have been dreaming of this person, but not in the way you used to. You aren't just dreaming about the past or the arguments. You are dreaming of them in quiet moments. You dream of them standing in a doorway, looking at you with an expression you cannot quite read. You dream of their hands, or you suddenly smell their exact cologne or perfume when there is no one else in the room. You have been having flashes of memory that make absolutely no logical sense a specific Tuesday from 3 years ago. Random inside joke. The way the light hit their face in a car, these intrusive thoughts, these repeated mental pings, are happening because their energy is aggressively trying to merge with yours. The universe is using your dream state to prepare your emotional body for their return. You have also been seeing the numbers everywhere. 1111, 222, 444. You look at the clock at the exact same minute every single day. You hear their name mentioned by strangers in coffee shops, or you see a license plate from their home state. These synchronicities are the breadcrumbs your higher self is dropping to assure you that you are not crazy. You are not making this up. The connection is alive, it is breathing, and it is actively pulling you two back into the same orbit. I know how terrifying this feels. I know that part of you is desperately trying to shut this down because you are so afraid of hoping again. You have been disappointed so many times. You have sat by the phone until your eyes burned, only to be met with silence. The pain of that silence has carved a protective wall around your heart, and the thought of them reaching out feels like a threat to your peace. But what if this time is different? What if the silence wasn't a rejection, but a necessary incubation period? The hope that is currently bubbling up in your chest, that fragile, terrifying little spark of anticipation that you are trying so hard to suppress, is actually your intuition telling you that the waiting is finally over. The soil has been tilled, the seeds have been watered with your tears, and the harvest is about to break through the surface. Let us step out of your energy for a moment and step into theirs. Right now, as you are sitting there listening to my voice, they are in a state of absolute internal chaos. You think they are unbothered. You look at their social media, you hear the rumors, and you think they are living their best life, completely unaffected by the deafening silence between you. But the cards are screaming a radically different story. The energy around them is fractured, heavy, and deeply conflicted. They are going through a profound emotional reckoning, dark night of the soul that they are desperately trying to hide from the outside world. They thought they could just walk away. They thought that by creating distance, the feelings would evaporate into the ether. They built walls, they distracted themselves with work, with superficial connections, with endless noise. But the noise has finally stopped. And in the quiet, your memory is haunting them. Not in a gentle, nostalgic way, but in a heavy, suffocating way. They are realizing the sheer magnitude of what they discarded. They are remembering the way you looked at them, the way you held space for their shadows, the way your love felt like a sanctuary when the rest of the world felt like a battlefield. They are remembering the specific cadence of your laugh. They are remembering the way you would intuitively know when they were upset, even when they were trying to play it cool. They miss the safety of your presence. They are lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, realizing that the grass they thought was greener on the other side is actually just artificial turf. It is fake. It lacks the roots, the nourishment, and the profound spiritual resonance that your bond possessed. And now they are out in the cold, realizing that every other connection feels incredibly shallow compared to the oceanic depth they had with you. This is the turning point. The ego is finally losing its exhausting battle against the soul. You see, for the longest time, their pride was in the driver's seat. They were terrified of your depth, terrified of the commitment, terrified of being truly seen and known. So they self-sabotaged. They pulled away because the love was too real, too intense, too demanding of their own healing. But now, the illusion of their independence is shattering into a million pieces. They are looking at their life and realizing it feels entirely hollow. They are regretting the harsh words, the cold shoulders, the moments they chose their own fear over your beautiful open heart. The armor they wore to protect themselves has become a cage, and they are desperately looking for the key. Right now, they are fighting a brutal internal war. They are sitting in the dark, the glow of their phone screen illuminating their face, staring at your name and putting the device back down. They are typing out long, emotional paragraphs and deleting them before they can hit send. They are rehearsing what to say out loud to an empty room, but every time they try to speak, their throat closes up. They are experiencing the exact same somatic symptoms you are: the tight chest, the racing heart, the sudden inexplicable waves of exhaustion. They are feeling the energetic tether pulling them back to you, and it is terrifying them because it means they have to surrender. They have to admit they were wrong. They have to step into the vulnerability they have been running from for months, maybe even years. They are preparing to say something that will completely shift the dynamic between you. This isn't just a casual, low effort text to test the waters. This is a confession. This is an unmasking. But wait, before I reveal the exact nature of this message, and before I give you the crucial warning you need to handle it, I need you to pause. I need to hold this energy right here because you need context. If I just tell you what they are going to say, without explaining the energetic mechanics of why it is happening right now, you will not be able to receive it properly. You need to understand the architecture of this delay. You need to know why this specific window in August is the only time the universe allowed them to break through. If you react to their text from a place of unhealed trauma, you will push them right back into their shell. If you respond with the anger of the past, you will sever the cord of the future. You need to understand the spiritual ripening that has occurred during this agonizing silence. This detox period was necessary because if they had come back a month ago, they would have brought the same chaotic, avoidant energy with them. They would have triggered your abandonment wounds, and you would have reacted from a place of deep insecurity. The universe loves you too much to let you reunite in a state of dysfunction. So, it enforced a strict period of no contact, not to keep you apart, but to prepare you both for a higher octave of love. You were being forged in the fire of your own independence, learning that your worth is not tied to their validation, and they were being broken down in the ice of their own isolation, learning that life without your light is simply too cold to endure. The silence was not a punishment, it was an incubator. And before we open that final door, before I give you the exact words they're going to use and the warning that comes with it, I want to invite you to anchor yourself into this community. If this reading is resonating with your spirit, if you feel the truth of these words vibrating in your chest, I want you to subscribe to Trusted Tarot. Claim your space in this sanctuary. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a download when the energy shifts again. Share this video with a friend who needs to hear it, or simply leave, like to seal this energy into your algorithm. By engaging, you are telling the universe that you are an active participant in your destiny, not just a passive observer. You are locking in this frequency. Take a deep breath, inches hold it for a second, and let it out. The context is set. The stage is prepared. They are at the edge of the cliff, ready to jump. The text is drafted. The call is queued up. The energetic dam is about to break. But you must be ready to receive it not as the wounded version of yourself who was left in the dark, but as the empowered, healed, and radiant soul you have become in the light. Now, here it is. The message that is coming. I need you to hear this with your spirit ears, not your wounded mind. The text or the call that is arriving within this August window is not what you have been rehearsing for. You have been preparing yourself for a casual check-inches. You have been bracing for a half-hearted, "Hey, stranger," or a breadcrumb message designed to keep you on the hook. But that is not what is coming. What is coming is a full, unguarded confession. They are going to reach out, and their first words are going to carry the weight of everything they have been swallowing for months. They are going to say something that strips away every excuse, every deflection, every story they told themselves about why they left. They are going to look you in the eye, whether through a screen or in person, and they are going to hand you the truth. The truth is this: they did not leave because you were not enough. They left because they were not enough for the depth of what you were offering. And they have spent every single day since that separation trying to outrun that realization. The message coming your way is an admission of that failure. It is them saying, out loud, in real time, that they were the one who was broken. They were the one who was not ready, and they need you to hear them say it. They need you to know that the abandonment you felt was never a reflection of your worth. It was a reflection of their terror. They are going to apologize, but not in the way you expect. This is not a performative, guilt-driven sorry. This is a soul-level reckoning where they are going to lay their pride at your feet and ask you to witness their honesty. But here is the warning, and I need you to hear me clearly on this. The warning is not about them. The warning is about you. The warning is about the version of yourself that has been sitting in the dark, replaying their silence, building a case against them in the courtroom of your mind. When this message arrives, your first instinct will not be relief. Your first instinct will be rage. Your first instinct will be to protect the wounded child inside you who cried on the bathroom floor, who refreshed their profile 100 times a day, who convinced themselves they were unlovable because this person chose to walk away. That child is going to want to scream. That child is going to want to say, "Where were you? How dare you come back now?" And I need you to acknowledge that child. I need you to let them cry. But I need you not to let that child answer the phone. This is the critical moment. The intensity of what is coming is not dangerous, but it is volatile. It is like striking a match in a room that has been sealed shut for months. The air is going to rush and fast, and it is going to feel overwhelming. You will feel a surge of adrenaline, tightening in your throat, a desperate urge to either lash out or completely shut down. You will want to respond immediately, with venom, with sarcasm, with a cold indifference that you do not actually feel. Or conversely, you will want to collapse into them, to abandon all your boundaries, to say yes to everything just to avoid the possibility of them leaving again. Neither response will serve you. Both will sabotage the sacred window that has been opened. So here is your instruction. When that phone lights up, when you see their name, when you hear their voice on the other end of the line, you are going to pause. You are going to take one full, deep breath into your belly. You are going to feel your feet on the ground. You are going to remind yourself that you are no longer the person who was abandoned. You are the person who survived the abandonment. You are the person who rebuilt themselves from the ashes. You are the person who learned to love themselves in the absence of anyone else. And from that place of sovereign, grounded power, you are going to listen. You are going to receive their words without filtering them through the lens of your old paintings. You are going to hear what they are actually saying, not what your trauma expects them to say. Do not be defensive. I know how hard that is. I know that for months your only job was to defend your heart against the possibility of hope. You built that fortress brick by brick, and now I am asking you to lower the drawbridge. But lowering the drawbridge does not mean letting them storm the castle. It means you are choosing to listen from a place of clarity rather than fear. It means you are allowing yourself to be curious instead of combative. If they say something that triggers you, you are allowed to say, "I need a moment." You are allowed to set the pace. You are not obligated to forgive them in the same breath that they apologize. You are not obligated to have an answer ready. You are only obligated to receive the truth without distorting it through the pain of the past. The beauty of this moment, the profound spiritual gift hidden inside this communication, is that it is giving you back your power. For so long, you have been waiting for their validation to feel whole. You have been waiting for them to say, "You mattered. You were real. I did not imagine the love." And they are coming to give you that. But the miracle is that by the time they say it, you will realize you no longer need it to survive. You will realize that you already know you mattered. You already know the love was real. And that knowing, that unshakable inner certainty, is what will allow you to receive their words as a gift rather than a lifeline. You will not be grasping. You will be open. And that difference changes everything. This is why the timing had to be exact. This is why the universe held them back until now. Because if they had come before you had built this inner foundation, you would have clung. And clinging would have recreated the very dynamic that tore you apart the first time. But now you can stand in your own center and say, "I hear you, I see you. And I choose how to move forward." That choice is yours. It has always been yours. But for the first time, you are making it from a place of wholeness rather than desperation. And that, dear one, is the most powerful position you could possibly be inches. Let us talk about the architecture of this exact moment. You have been looking at the calendar, wondering why this specific window in August feels so incredibly charged. You felt the shift in the air during the first week of the month. You felt the cosmic portals opening, the heavy electric humidity of the early August energy, and you wondered if it was going to bring you breakthrough or just more of the same agonizing waiting. The universe does not operate on human time. It operates on energetic ripeness. If this person had reached out to you in June, you would have been too raw. If they had called you in July, you would have still been bleeding from the memories of the past, and you would have reacted purely from your unhealed wounds. But now, as we move through the deep transformative waters of mid-August, the energetic soil is finally prepared. The seeds you planted in the dark are finally ready to break through the surface. This divine window was orchestrated to ensure that when they finally step back into your life, they are stepping into a new paradigm, not replaying an old toxic cycle. You see, a Cancer's heart is ruled by the moon. You feel everything in tides. You have your high tides of hope and your low tides of despair. For the last few months, you have been stuck in the low tide, stranded on the emotional beach, wondering when the waters of love would return to you. But the moon is currently shifting its phase. The gravitational pull of your higher self has been dragging this person's consciousness toward you, inch by agonizing inch, until they could no longer resist the current. They are not coming back because they are bored. They are not coming back because they want a temporary ego boost. They are coming back because the spiritual tether connecting your two souls has pulled taut, and the tension has finally snapped their ego wide open. The timing is not an accident, it is a divine appointment. And as this realization washes over you, I need to speak directly to the deepest, most exhausted part of your spirit. I know how tired you are. I know the sheer amount of energy it has taken to keep your head above water while carrying the emotional weight of this entire connection. As a Cancer, you are the designated healer, the empath, the one who holds space for everyone else's shadows while quietly swallowing your own. You have been so strong for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to just be held. You have been analyzing every text, decoding every silence, trying to solve the puzzle of their absence, as if it were a test you were failing. You have been carrying the mental load of the relationship entirely on your own shoulders, even when they were not physically there. I need you to drop the heavy armor right now. You do not have to figure this out anymore. You do not have to manage their feelings, their timing, or their spiritual awakening. Your only job right now is to breathe. I see the nights you spent staring at the ceiling, asking the universe what you did wrong. I see the moments you looked in the mirror and tried to convince yourself that you were better off without them, even while your heart was screaming in protest. I see the grief you hid from your friends, the smiles you faked at work, the profound loneliness that sat in the passenger seat of your car on the drive home. You are seen. You are so deeply seen by the universe, and you are seen by me right now. All of that pain was not a punishment, it was a purification. The fire you walked through was burning away every illusion, every codependent trait, every false belief that you had to shrink yourself to be loved. You are emerging from this season not as a victim of their silence, but as the absolute master of your own energetic domain. You have reclaimed your power, and that is exactly why they are returning. They can feel your light from miles away, and it is drawing them in like a moth to a flame. So as this text or this call approaches, I want you to replace your anxiety with a quiet, grounded anticipation. Anticipation is a beautiful magnetic state. It is the feeling of sitting in a theater right before the curtain rises. It is the deep breath before the first note of your favorite song is played. You do not need to fear the curtain rising because you know the play has changed. You are no longer the tragic character waiting to be rescued. You are the protagonist who has already saved herself, and this person is simply arriving to witness your triumph. Let the hope back inches, let that fragile, beautiful spark of anticipation grow into a steady, warming flame. It is safe to hope now. The universe has checked the perimeter, the guards are at the gate, and only truth is allowed to enter your space. You do not have to be afraid of your own desires anymore. Before we close this sacred space, I want to do a quick grounding ritual with you to seal this energy into your physical body. I want you to take your right hand and place it gently over the center of your chest, right over your heart. Feel the warmth of your palm seeping through your clothes, touching your skinches now. Close your eyes if you are in a safe place to do so. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, pulling the air all the way down into your belly, expanding your ribs, filling your heart space with fresh, golden light. Hold it at the top for just a second. And now exhale slowly through your mouth, letting go of the waiting, letting go of the fear, letting go of the need to control the outcome. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Feel the physical weight of the last few months leaving your body with that breath. Keep your hand on your heart and repeat this affirmation silently in your mind. I am ready to receive love that is ready for me. I release the pain of the past, and I open my arms to the truth of the present. I am safe, I am worthy, and I am deeply loved. Feel the vibration of those words settling into your cells. Sit with this message for a moment. Let the certainty of it wrap around you like a warm blanket. The wait is over. The communication is imminent. You are protected, you are guided, and you are stepping into a beautiful new chapter of your love story. Trust the timing of your life. Trust the whispers of your intuition. The universe is moving mountains on your behalf right now, even if you cannot see the dirt being shifted. If this reading found you at the exact right moment, if you felt the shift in your body as we spoke these truths, I need you to claim this energy right now. Go down to the comments and type the word receive, just that one word. Receive, by typing it, you are signing the spiritual contract. You are telling the universe that your hands are open and your heart is ready. Share this video with someone who needs this exact message today, and make sure you are subscribed to Trusted Tarot so you do not miss the next chapter of your journey. Until next time, keep your heart open, trust your intuition, and remember that the universe always delivers.